You remember something clearly. Vivid memory. Specific details. You've thought about it hundreds of times over the years. Seen it, interacted with it, discussed it with others. You would bet your life that your memory is accurate. Then someone shows you proof you're wrong. Not just wrong, impossibly wrong. The thing you remember never existed, never happened. Records show it was always different. But you know what you saw, what you remember, and here's what makes it impossible to dismiss. Millions of other people remember the exact same wrong thing. Same impossible memory. Same specific details. Same confident certainty. This isn't false memory. This isn't mass hallucination. Because physical proof exists. Old photographs, vintage advertisements, books, magazine articles, government documents, showing the version you remember, the version that supposedly never existed. Then the proof disappears. Photos change. Videos alter. Archives update. Reality rewriting itself in real time, covering its tracks, erasing evidence that it was ever different. But some evidence survived, hidden in forgotten places, not yet updated, not yet corrected. Physical proof that reality itself shifted, changed, rewrote its own history, and left us with memories that don't belong to this version. 3 cases where proof survived, before reality caught up, before the change completed. Evidence that we're not crazy, not misremembering. Reality changed, and we remember both versions. Close your eyes for a moment, picture the Monopoly Man, rich Uncle Pennybags, the mascot of the famous board game. You see him clearly, top hat, white mustache, black tuxedo, walking cane, and monocle. The monocle, single eyepiece, gold rim, over his right eye, defining feature of his character, the symbol of old money, aristocratic wealth. You've seen it 1,000 times. Memes use it. Halloween costumes include it. Parody characters copy it. The Monopoly Man's monocle is as iconic as his mustache, as recognizable as his top hat. Now, open your eyes. Look at an actual Monopoly box. Any edition, any year, any country. The Monopoly Man has no monocle, never wore one, never had one. Not in any official artwork, not in any game piece, not in any advertisement. Check every edition from 1935 to present. No monocle anywhere. Hasbro confirms. The character was never designed with a monocle. Archives checked. Original designs examined. Patent office records reviewed. No monocle in any documentation. The Monopoly Man never had a monocle. But you remember it. Clearly. And so do millions of others. This isn't vague recollection. This is specific, detailed memory. People describe the monocle precisely. Gold rim, usually over right eye, sometimes shown being adjusted, catching light, reflecting game board, used in countless parodies and references. Mr. Monopoly adjusting his monocle while counting money. Classic image. Everyone knows it. Except it never existed. The character never wore a monocle in any official capacity, but the memory persists. Universal, consistent, impossible to shake. Halloween costume companies sell Monopoly Man costumes, top hat, mustache, tuxedo, cane, and monocle. The monocle is included as essential element, because everyone knows the Monopoly Man has monocle, except he doesn't, never did. Artists draw parody versions from memory. Rich man characters clearly based on Monopoly Man, with monocle. They don't use reference images, draw from memory. And memory includes monocle, because they saw it, remember it, know it was there. Thousands of independent artists, different countries, different eras, all remembering same monocle that supposedly never existed. Skeptics have explanation. Confusion with Mr. Peanut, the planter's mascot. He wears monocle. People are mixing up characters, combining two similar wealthy mascot figures in their memory. Simple, false memory. Easily explained, except test was conducted. Show people image of Mr. Peanut. Ask them to describe him. They do accurately. Monocle, top hat, cane, peanut body. Then ask them to describe Monopoly Man separately. They describe him with monocle too. Both characters, separately, both with monocles. Not confused, not mixing them up. Remembering both distinctly, both with monocles, even though only Mr. Peanut actually has one. Others suggest Ace Ventura movie, Jim Carrey wearing monocle in Monopoly parody scene. People remember the movie scene. Attribute it to actual Monopoly character. But movie released 1994. People born after 1994 remember the monocle. Never saw Ace Ventura, too young, yet remember clearly. Monopoly Man had monocle. Their memory predates their birth. Impossible unless memory comes from somewhere else. Different source, different reality. The physical evidence appears in unexpected places. Old parody advertisements, 1990s knockoff products, cheap board games imitating Monopoly design. These show rich man character, clearly copied from Monopoly, wearing monocle. Artists who created these parodies worked from memory, copied what they remembered. Added monocle because Monopoly Man had monocle in their memory, in their timeline. Magazine articles describing Monopoly reference the monocle. Casual mentions, no images attached, just text descriptions. The mustachioed gentleman with top hat and monocle. Written as established fact, everyone knows, no need for clarification, these articles exist in archives. Physical paper copies. Not easily altered, not updated digitally. They reference monocle that officially never existed. Internet forum posts from early 2000s. Before Mandela Effect term existed. Before phenomenon was named or recognized. People casually mentioning Monopoly Guy's monocle in discussions about board games, about wealth symbols, about costume ideas. Nobody questions it. Nobody corrects them, because everyone reading knows. Monopoly Man has monocle. Common knowledge, except in current reality, where he never did. Think about Fruit of the Loom. Underwear brand. Logo shows fruits, apple, grapes, leaves, currants, arranged in pile, and cornucopia, horn of plenty, woven basket horn, brown wicker texture, curved shape, fruits spilling from opening, distinctive design element, background feature. You learned the word cornucopia from this logo. Elementary school age. Saw underwear tag, asked parent. "What's that basket thing?" Parent explained. "That's a cornucopia, horn of plenty, symbol of abundance." First time hearing the word. Associated it with logo forever. Never forgot. This memory is specific, detailed, personal, learning moment, educational experience, linked to visual reference. The fruit of the loom cornucopia. Except current reality says, logo never had cornucopia. Never. Not in any version. Not in any year. Company confirms. Complete archives reviewed. Original 1893 trademark examined. Every logo revision documented. 1920s, 1950s, 1970s, 2000s. No cornucopia in any design. Fruit of the Loom maintains definitive records. Never included cornucopia. Character never existed in official branding. But thousands of people report identical memory. Learning the word cornucopia from this logo. Specific childhood moment. Asking what it was called. Being told. Remembering. This memory is impossible if logo never had cornucopia. How did thousands of children across decades learn same word from same non-existent object? Different families, different regions, different years. All asking about cornucopia on Fruit of the Loom logo. All being told the word. All remembering. All impossible. Unless logo had cornucopia in their timelines, in versions of reality that no longer exist. Some report writing school papers about cornucopia. Using Fruit of the Loom logo as visual example. Teacher accepted paper, didn't mark wrong, didn't correct source, because logo had cornucopia when paper was written, in that timeline, that version of reality. Before the change, experiment was conducted. Ask hundreds of people to draw Fruit of the Loom logo from memory. No reference images allowed. No internet searches. Pure memory. Draw what you remember. Results are stunning. 87% included cornucopia. Drew it. Detailed, accurate. Woven basket texture. Brown color. Curved horn shape. Opening at top. Fruits arranged inside and spilling out. Not vague blob. Not random basket. Specific cornucopia shape. Consistent across drawings. Artists who never met. Different countries. Different backgrounds. All drawing same cornucopia. Same design. Same placement. Same details. From memory. Memory of logo that supposedly never existed this way, but existed in their minds. Clear enough to draw. Specific enough to reproduce. Consistent enough to match thousands of other drawings. This isn't false memory. False memory is vague. Inconsistent. This is detailed. Precise. Universal. Impossible without actual visual source. Physical residue survives in strange places. 1970s trademark filing discovered. Different company. Parody product unrelated to Fruit of the Loom. Legal description mentions. Similar to Fruit of the Loom cornucopia design. Filing exists in government archives. Official document. References cornucopia design that officially never existed. Either government filed incorrect document, accepted false description, or Fruit of the Loom logo had cornucopia when document was filed. 1970s reality included cornucopia. Document preserved that reality. Never updated, never corrected. Forgotten in archives until discovered decades later. Proof that reality was different then. Album cover found. 1991 release. Jazz album, Frank Wess. Title, Flute of the Loom. Obvious parody of Fruit of the Loom. Cover art shows fruits in cornucopia. Musical flute replacing horn. Clear reference to original logo. Artist created parody in 1991. Worked from memory. Remembered cornucopia. Drew it. Released album. Nobody questioned it, because logo had cornucopia in 1991. Common knowledge. Obvious reference. Now album cover is residue. Evidence of previous reality. Before logo changed. Before cornucopia disappeared. Before history rewrote itself. The Berenstain Bears. Children's book series. Started 1962. Still publishing. Authors Stan and Jan Berenstein. Family name. Their surname. Millions of people remember different spelling. Berenstein. E-I-N. Not A-I-N. Berenstein. This isn't casual misreading. This is definitive memory. People who read hundreds of these books. Own complete collections. Read to children. Read as children. Remember spelling clearly. Berenstain Bears. Sounded out as kids. Berenstein or Berenstein. E-I-N spelling. Matches German and Jewish surname patterns. Common spelling. Familiar structure. Reasonable name. Check current books, all editions, every printing, every copy. Spells Berenstain, A-I-N. Publishers confirm. Always been Berenstain. Never changed, never varied. Authors' birth certificates. Stan Berenstein. Jan Berenstein. A-I-N spelling their entire lives. Family name. Never changed, never spelled differently. Official records show consistent spelling. Berenstain. Always. But pronunciation doesn't match spelling. Berenstain with A-I-N should sound like Berenstain, or awkwardly Berenstan. Nobody says this. Everyone says Berenstein or Berenstein. Pronunciation that matches E-I-N spelling, not A-I-N. parents reading aloud, television narrators, commercials. All pronounce it as if E-I-N, despite looking at A-I-N spelling. Millions of parents, over decades, all mispronouncing author's surname, while reading books, looking at name, saying it wrong, teaching children wrong pronunciation, generation after generation, nobody noticing, nobody correcting, or everyone reading correctly. Spelling was E-I-N. Pronunciation matched, then reality changed. Spelling updated to A-I-N. But pronunciation stuck. Memory persisted, creating disconnect. Impossible mispronunciation, unless spelling actually was different. In original timeline, old VHS tapes surface, 1980s animated series, The Berenstain Bears, cartoon adaptation of books, opening credits examined, frame by frame. Spellings vary. Some tapes show E-I-N, some show A-I-N. Same series, same production, different physical tapes, different spellings. Theory emerges. Tapes from different timelines, mixed together. Both spellings existed, in parallel realities. When timelines merged, tapes didn't update. Both versions survived. Physical objects from different quantum branches, existing simultaneously in merged timeline. Opening credits analyzed closely. Some frames show E-I-N. Other frames show A-I-N. Within same video, same episode. Like reality caught mid-transition. Evidence of change in progress. Timeline shift incomplete, leaving both versions visible. Quantum superposition. In physical media. People named Bernstein notice connection. Their own surname. Familiar spelling pattern. They remember Berenstain Bears. Made sense. Match their name structure. Common Jewish surname spelling. E-I-N ending. Now books say Berenstain. Pattern broken. Unusual spelling. They never noticed change. Just accepted current spelling. Dismissed memory as error. But memory was correct. For original timeline. Some found old childhood books, stored in attic, parents' house, boxes of memories. They distinctly remembered E-I-N spelling. Checked physical book. Cover says A-I-N. Confusion, doubt, maybe memory was wrong, but family photo exists. 1990s photograph. Child reading. Book visible in background. Zoom in. Enhance image. Book cover shows E-I-N. Clearly, Berenstain Bears. Same physical book, different timeline. Photograph captured original reality. Before shift. Book updated. Photo didn't. Both exist now, proving both versions real. In their respective timelines. Polls conducted. Thousands respond. Simple question. How do you remember spelling? 83% answer E-I-N. Only 17% remember A-I-N. Not random distribution, clear majority, overwhelming. Demographics analyzed. Age groups, geographic locations, education levels, cultural backgrounds. No correlation found. All demographics show same split, 80% E-I-N, 20% A-I-N, not generational, not regional, not cultural. Universal memory divide. Cannot be explained by normal factors. False memory typically shows demographic patterns. Younger people misremember differently than older. Regional pronunciations create spelling confusion. But this shows no pattern, except timeline pattern. 80% from reality where spelling was E-I-N. 20% from reality where it was always A-I-N. Or 20% already shifted. Memories updated. 80% still remember original. Before the change caught up. 3 impossible memories. Millions share them. Monopoly man's monocle. Physical parody products show it. Magazine articles reference it. Forum posts assume it. All before Mandela Effect was named. Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. Thousands learned word from it. Government documents reference it. Album covers parody it, all proving it existed somewhere. Berenstain Bears spelling. 83% remember EIN. VHS tapes show both. Photographs capture original. All evidence pointing to same conclusion. Reality was different. Then changed. Not our memories failing. Reality shifting. History rewriting. Evidence disappearing. But residue survives. Fragments of old timeline. Proof in forgotten places. Physical objects not yet updated. Documents not yet corrected. Memories not yet overwritten. We're not crazy. Not confused. Not misremembering. We remember correctly, for timeline that no longer officially exists, but existed, was real, had monocles and cornucopias and different spellings, then shifted, merged, changed, left us stranded. In reality, that doesn't match our memories, with proof that vanishes when examined, but not quite fast enough. Some evidence survived, hidden in archives, forgotten in attics, preserved in old media, waiting to be found, proving we're not alone, not wrong, not insane. Reality changed, and we remember both versions. In next part, we'll explore why. What caused these changes? Timeline merge theory, quantum mechanics, 2012 connection, CERN involvement, and most disturbing, it's accelerating, more changes coming, bigger changes, until nothing matches, until all memories are wrong, until we can't trust anything, even ourselves. Quantum mechanics explains impossible things as normal. Hugh Everett proposed many worlds interpretation, 1957. Every quantum event creates branch. Every decision splits reality. You choose coffee. In another universe you chose tea. Both versions real. Both happening. Infinite timelines existing simultaneously. Parallel, separate, never interacting. Except they do. Quantum fluctuations. Rare occurrences. Timeline barriers weaken. Two similar realities collapse together. Merge. Details reconcile. Most things identical. But small variations survive. Spellings differ. Logos change. Minor details don't match. Your consciousness retains memories from both timelines. Creates cognitive dissonance. Mandela Effect, not false memory. True memory from different timeline. You saw EIN spelling in your original timeline. Now exist in merged timeline where it's AIN. Both versions were real. Both existed. Now only one remains. But your memory remembers both. December 21st, 2012. Mayan calendar end date. Predicted apocalypse never came. World didn't end visibly, but something changed. Massive increase in Mandela Effect reports after this date. Pre-2012, rare scattered dismissed. Post-2012, explosive widespread undeniable. Timeline convergence event occurred. Multiple realities merged that day. Billions suddenly in slightly wrong reality. Small details off. Most things same. 2012 wasn't end of world. Was end of timeline separation. Quantum barriers collapsed. Universes merged together. Mayan calendar predicted this. Not physical destruction. Reality restructure. Dimensional shift. Everyone jumped. Without knowing. Without choosing. Only evidence is memories. Memories that don't match current reality. Objects that weren't there. Events that happened differently. All pointing to same moment. December 2012. When reality changed. Large Hadron Collider activated 2008. Most powerful particle accelerator ever built. CERN facility. Switzerland. Smashing particles near light speed. Creating exotic conditions. Testing fundamental physics. Scientists warned of dangers. Black holes. Strange matter. Universe destruction. Or something worse. Reality fracture itself. Multiple timeline theory suggests LHC punched holes between parallel universes. Weakened quantum barriers. Started small, grew larger with experiments. 2012 major upgrade. Higher energy collisions. Same time Mandela effects exploded. Coincidence or causation. CERN employees reported noticing changes. Building layouts altered, logos different, equipment in wrong places, some posted warnings online, quickly deleted, few disappeared, never heard from again. Official explanation, stress and overwork. Alternative, they saw too much, knew the truth. CERN logo itself suspicious. 3 overlapping 6s. 6. Opening ceremony 2016 bizarre, occult imagery, dancing demons, sacrificial themes. What were they really doing? Opening portals, merging timelines, breaking reality itself. Check your Mandela Effect memories now. Which version do you remember? Berenstein or Berenstain? Monopoly man with or without monocle? Fruit of the Loom with or without cornucopia? If you remember wrong version, you jumped timelines. Came from different reality than current. How many do you remember differently? 1 or 2 minor jump close timeline. 3 to 5 significant jump noticeable differences. 6 or more major jump very different original timeline. Other signs reality feels wrong. Street names you swear were different. Buildings in wrong positions. People's faces slightly off. Your own body feels foreign sometimes, like wearing wrong skin. Deja vu intensified since 2012. Dreams of alternate life. Memories nobody else shares. These are residue from original timeline. Echoes of different reality. You didn't forget. World changed. You remember correctly. For timeline that no longer exists. Timeline merges accelerating. 2012 was first major event, but pattern continues. More Mandela effects appearing yearly. New ones discovered monthly. Reality becoming increasingly unstable. Quantum barriers weakening further. Next, major merge predicted soon. Could be larger, more dramatic. Geography might change noticeably. Countries relocate. Continents shift. History could rewrite significantly. Wars that never happened. Leaders who never existed. Relationships altered. People you know might disappear. Never existed in merged timeline. Or new people appear. You should remember, but don't, because they're from other timeline. Eventually, personal identity crisis. Which memory's real? Which timeline yours? Are you even you anymore? Or composite of multiple versions? Consciousness from one timeline. Body from another. Living life belonging to someone else. Fragment of person you were. In reality, you don't belong to. Keep records, document everything. Write memories while fresh. Physical journals, not digital. Digital files change. Cloud storage updates. Photos alter remotely. Reality rewrites digital evidence, but physical paper harder to change. Requires physical access. Hide copies multiple locations. Compare notes with others who remember. Form communities. Validate memories. You're not crazy, not alone. Millions remember same things. We're all refugees. From other timelines. Trapped in reality that isn't ours. Small details wrong, can't prove it, can't go back, only forward, into increasingly unstable reality, where nothing trusted, where past changes daily, where proof vanishes when examined. Mandela Effect isn't glitch. It's symptom. Reality breaking down, timelines collapsing together, quantum barriers failing. We're caught in middle, remembering multiple versions, unable to determine which was real, because all were real, in their respective timelines, now merged into single unstable present, where history is fluid, where memory is evidence, and evidence disappears. Welcome to post-merge reality, where nothing permanent, not even the past, not even yourself. Check your memories, compare with others, document everything, before it changes again, because it will change. Reality is rewriting, and we can only watch, remember, and wonder which version is real, which timeline we came from, and which one we're heading toward, as barriers collapse, as realities merge, as everything we knew becomes everything we can't prove ever happened at all.